Hi everyone, welcome back to the Everyday Talk podcast. I'm Sarah, and today I'm joined by my friend, Mike. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Sarah. It's great to be here. Excited to chat about routines today.
Same here. We thought it would be fun to dive into our daily routines, right? Kind of a behind the scenes of how we try to make the most of our days.
Yeah. Routines can say a lot about a person. I'm always curious about how other people structure their day. So, what's your routine like, Sarah?
Well, I try to stick to a pretty consistent routine because I feel it helps keep me on track, especially with work and personal stuff. My day usually starts at 6 a.m.
6 a.m.? Wow, that's early. I'm impressed. I'm more of a night owl, so I can't say I'm up that early.
Yeah, I get it. But I love the quiet early mornings. It feels like I have a head start. The first thing I do when I wake up is meditate for about 10 minutes. It helps me start the day with a clear mind.
That sounds nice. I haven't tried meditation, but I might give it a shot. So, what comes after meditation?
Then I usually spend a few minutes journaling. I write down any goals I have for the day, things I'm grateful for, that sort of thing. It's a nice way to set intentions and keep a positive mindset.
That's awesome. I should definitely try that. For me, my day starts around 8 a.m. I get up, check my phone, and sometimes scroll for a bit. Then I'll get up, make coffee, and try to just wake up slowly. No intense focus right away?
That makes sense. Everyone has their own rhythm. I avoid looking at my phone until after breakfast because if I start scrolling, I'll get distracted. So I get up, meditate, and journal before breakfast. What about breakfast? Do you have a go-to meal?
Oh, for sure. I'm a big fan of oatmeal with fruits and nuts. It's filling, and I can switch up the flavors so I don't get bored. What about you?
I'm a smoothie person. I love throwing in spinach, banana, a handful of berries, and some almond milk. Quick, healthy, and I feel good afterward. It gives me energy for the morning.
Smoothies are awesome. Maybe I'll mix one up on busy days. After breakfast, what do you usually do next?
I try to exercise for about 30 to 45 minutes. I either go for a run or do a quick workout at home. It really gets my energy up and helps me feel awake and focused for the day.
That's great. Exercise is something I'm working on adding to my routine. Usually, I jump straight into work, but I know it's healthier to get active in the morning. I've been thinking about adding a short walk or some stretching.
Even just a few minutes of stretching can make a difference. And it doesn't have to be intense. It's more about building the habit. After my workout, I get ready and then sit down at my desk to start working by around 9 a.m.
I usually start work around 9, too. It's nice to know we have a similar schedule. My workday is a mix of meetings, emails, and tasks. I like to start with my most challenging work first if I can.
Oh, same here. They call it eating the frog, right? Doing the hardest task first so it's out of the way.
Yes, exactly. It's such a helpful strategy. So, how do you structure your work time? Do you take breaks?
I do. I use the Pomodoro technique, which is working for 25 minutes, then taking a 5-minute break. After 4 cycles, I take a longer break. It's a game changer for focus.
That's really smart. I should try that. I tend to get lost in my work and end up sitting for hours. So, what does your lunch break look like?
I usually take about an hour. I try to step away from my desk, maybe go outside if the weather's nice, or listen to a podcast while I eat. It's a great mental reset.
That sounds ideal. I try to take at least 30 minutes for lunch, but sometimes it's hard to disconnect from work. Do you cook something for lunch or grab something quick?
I try to meal prep a couple of meals ahead of time, so I have something healthy and quick. Usually a salad or a grain bowl. Prepping ahead is a big time saver. What about you?
I'm working on meal prepping, too. It's definitely more efficient. I'm guilty of grabbing a sandwich or something fast, but I've been trying to eat healthier.
Good plan. After lunch, I get back to work, but I keep things a bit lighter in the afternoon. I find I'm most productive in the morning. So afternoons are for tasks that don't need as much brain power.
Same here. I'm usually pretty focused in the morning, so by the afternoon, I try to tackle easier tasks or attend meetings. I'll often take a short break mid-afternoon just to recharge.
Breaks are crucial. My workday usually wraps up around 5 or 6 p.m. I try to set a boundary between work and personal time, even if I'm working from home.
That's really smart. It can be easy to let work spill into the evening if you're not careful. I aim to finish by 6 as well, then I take a few minutes to review the day and make a quick list for tomorrow.
Love that idea. I do a similar thing with my planner, just jot down any reminders for the next day. So, what's your evening routine like?
Evenings are all about unwinding. I usually cook dinner, sometimes try a new recipe, then watch a show or read a book. I love having that time to just relax. You?
Same here. I try to keep my evenings low-key. After dinner, I might go for a walk or just spend time reading or watching something. Lately, I've been trying to limit my screen time, though.
That's a good move. I've been trying to cut back on screens, too, especially before bed. I've noticed I sleep better when I put my phone down at least an hour before bed.
Absolutely. I actually have a bit of a bedtime routine to help me wind down, some light stretches, reading a few pages of a book, then I aim to be asleep by around 10:30.
That's a great way to wind down. I'm still working on my bedtime routine, but I usually try to read for a few minutes before bed as well. I find it relaxes me.
It really does. Sleep is something I try not to compromise on, but it's easier said than done sometimes, right?
Definitely. Sleep is essential, but it's tough with busy schedules. So, looking back, what would you say is the most important part of your routine?
For me, it's probably the morning meditation and journaling. They really set a positive tone for the day. What about you?
I'd say my time blocking system for work. When I stick to it, I feel much more productive. Routines are great, but it's also about finding what really works for you.
Completely agree. Well, Mike, thanks so much for sharing. This was a great chat, and I hope our listeners find some inspiration to make their own routines work better for them.
Thanks, Sarah. It was awesome talking about this. Routines may sound simple, but they really make a difference in how we feel each day.
Absolutely. And that's it for today, everyone. Thanks for tuning in to Everyday Talk. If you enjoyed this episode, don't forget to subscribe and leave a review. Until next time.
Take care, everyone.